Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is Raja Babu from IIT Madras. So in a college, typically in a day, how many exams you give? One, two, or in some cases maximum three. But during my whole IITM BS data science journey, in most cases I have given four exams in a day. Yes, it is quite hectic. Yes, it is quite challenging as well. But believe me, it is quite easily achievable with proper strategy and planning. So in this video, I'm going to tell my own strategy, especially for the exam day, so that you can also give four exams in a day without any hassle, and on top of that, easily achieve very good score in each subject. So I started this ITM-based data science journey in September 2022 and completed it in April 2025. So if you're wondering how I have completed 4 years journey in just 2.5 years, you can watch that particular video and get to know all the details regarding that. So during this journey, I had two foundational terms, three diploma terms, and three degree terms. So in total, I've given 24 such exams. So based on my own experience, I'm going to share some strategies so that you can also utilize it and get the most out of the this course. So without wasting any time, let's start. So first thing, which may seem quite obvious and unnecessary, but believe me, it is quite important. So, first strategy is prepare your exam materials beforehand. So, from exam materials, I mean your hall ticket, your ID card, or accessories like earphone. It is required in English exam, or some water bottle, wallet, all these things, your bag. So prepare all these exam materials beforehand so that you will not feel any pressure during the exam day or one day before the exam, because I personally saw a lot of students just take print out of their hall ticket on the day of exam, or one day before it, and in some cases you don't know how things will go. So in some cases I've seen the people face unnecessary stress regarding that. So please avoid that. And the ITM generally release the admit card quite early from the exam, so you can easily print it out accordingly. So don't take stress which is easily avoidable. And take care of the ID card as well, because I one time I've seen one student who uh, who was denied access just because his Aadhaar card was not updated. So it is very important to uh, take two ID cards with you, so to be extra safe. And for the admit card, I've seen a lot of people print color print and take the whole 3 pages. So you don't need that. Just take the uh, black and white printout and print the first page only. So it will save the environment as well. Now continuing on this, let's see the second strategy. So it is also very important that reach exam center early. So it is also this the stress because of this also is easily avoidable. So take care of that. So in my case, uh, generally I have been allotted the exam center near to me, which is Fortune Tower in Chennai. But in some cases, I have been allotted a very new center, with which I am not familiar at all. So in that case, it is very important to reach exam center early, because you don't know during the journey how things will go. So there are a lot of unpredictable things like rain. There could be rain. There could be some traffic jam. So please avoid that. And personally, I have faced some stress because of this delay, and I don't want you to also face such kind of delay, especially during the end term. This type of things happen because during the end term you need to reach the exam center early in the morning, like 8 a.m. And especially during that time you face such kind of stress because of this uh, delay in reaching the exam center. So make your arrangement accordingly, and please avoid the stress because of this factor. Now the third thing is relax and skim. So what I mean that once you reach the exam center, I've seen a lot of people uh, uh, are very much focused on their mobile, on their study material, and going through a lot of concept. So I really don't like that. So during the exam, or especially before uh, the starting of the exam, you don't want your brain to be filled with a lot of new things. So during that time, don't put any new things in your mind. So just relax. And even if you want to revise the thing, don't put pressure in your mind. So if you're not getting any concept, if you're not able to recall any concept, just ignore it. Don't try to learn uh, that concept at that time. So that's why I'm saying just skim it, just go through it without focusing more on it. So that in that way you will get to know the things, but your mind will not feel pressure, because you are going to deal with four exams, and if you put a lot of pressure in your mind, uh, whatever things you have read before, you will also forget that. So it is very important in that aspect. Now, the fourth thing is focus on concept rather than memorization. So, during your preparation, so whenever you are uh, uh, preparing for the exams, try to focus more on concept, because you are going to deal with four subjects. And if you memorize anything, it is very high chance that you will forget that thing in the exam. But if you study and from the concept point of view, even if you don't know anything, but if you know the concept really well, then you can easily crack the question in the exam. And you like even if you don't prepare before the exam, even if you're not revised before the exam, but you have studied the concept during previously, then it is very high chances that during the exam, if you read it very carefully, go through it multiple times, you will be able to crack the question. And it happened to me a lot of times. uh, so a lot of times I was not able to crack some questions, but uh, I know the concept related to that. So in many cases, like take the example of formula. So in subject there are a lot of formulas, and and it is not possible to memorize the formulas. So but if you study from the concept, then you can easily uh, create the formula from your own and solve the question. And it happens to me a lot of times, and it really helps. So try to focus on the concept, it is very important. And don't try to memorize things, even the formula, don't try to memorize. Try to understand how you can solve without the formula, because the more thing you want to memorize, then more pressure your brain will feel, and it is very possible that whatever you studied before, you will forget that. So take care of that. Now the fifth thing is use rough sheets effectively. So in your exam you will get the rough sheet, and I've seen a lot of people don't use the rough sheet at all, and that is not a good thing. So rough sheet is very important, because you get to write the things on that. And once you write anything, then uh, your mind will start thinking more. So generally, whenever exam starts, I write the name of the subject, the number of questions in that, and then marks allotted to that. So in instructions only you will find all these details. So I just write that, so that my mind will be clear that what subject I am going to deal with. And during the once the exam starts, uh, um, and, I have told this previously in some of my videos as well, that try to write the question in brief and try to write some values from the question so that your you will eventually start thinking more, and it is very highly probable that you will solve things quickly. And one more advantage to that is, like, after solving all question, when you revise the answers, then in that you can go through whatever you have written, and then it will save your time. So it is very important to use the rough sheet effectively and take the most out of it, and if it is required, take more rough sheets. And in all of my exams I have taken the more rough sheet. So uh, use it effectively, it is quite effective. Now the sixth thing is read and decide priority. So what I mean that, so once your exam starts, then you know which subject you have. So first, without solving anything, just go through all the sections, all the subjects which you have. Just read it, uh, assess its difficulty, assess your working plan, assess that which question in which you are which question you are familiar with, which question you can solve easily. And then once you read all questions, don't try to solve that at that point of time. Just go through all the questions of all the subject, and once you go through that, you will be able to analyze in which subject you will require more time. So on based on that, decide your priority, start solving that subject first, and then uh, make the priority in that way. Like if I give you example, like in my one of my exam, I had software testing, software engineering, and the deep learning, and the AI search method. So in that, uh, uh, I always started from AI search method, because in that I know that I will require more time because it is computational heavy. And once I will complete that section, I will be free from that stress, and I can easily cover other subjects in the remaining time. So it is better to knock off the difficult subject first. So based on that, and decide your priority accordingly. Now the seventh thing is take small breaks. So during the exam, so your exam will be typically of 4 hours. So in quizzes it will be from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. and in Antum it will be, I think, for 3 hours each in forenoon and afternoon session. So during that, it is very important to take breaks. So breaks can be your water break, washroom break, or just a little uh, uh, just close your eyes for some time. So it is very important to take such breaks. So I personally taken such breaks, and it really helps. And after some such breaks, your mind will be refreshed, and you will be able to think more clearly. So that is quite obvious. But I've seen a lot of people don't take such breaks, and I feel that there's need to take the breaks, because you are continually looking the screen, and you will eventually face the stress. Now the eighth thing is attempt all. So one very important benefit you can say in this IDMBS is there are no negative marking. So if there are no negative marking, so it is very important to give your 100%. So even if you don't know the question, if you don't know the answer, it is very important to attempt all the question. So if you attempt all the question, you will at least read the question, and uh, try. It is better to try than to give up. So even if you don't even try, then it does not make sense to give up the question. So just try, and if you are able to solve it, you can write the answer whatever you are getting. But even if you are not able to get the answer after trying, then in that case, uh, attempt it. And if it is MCQ, you can mark any option, and if it is numerical question, you can put 0 or 1. So if your luck will be you, then it may be correct as well. So it make you 100%. So it is also quite obvious, but take care of it. Now the ninth thing is set your target. So it is very important to set your goal or target. So once you have any goal or target to achieve, then your mind starts functioning more properly. So what I mean by target, like uh, uh, you need to see set some predefined target. Like if I have subject like deep learning, so uh, in quiz one, for example, there is a quiz one is of 100 marks. So based on my own, so first you need to self introspect, and then based on your own experience, based on your own ability, you can decide the target accordingly. So let's say I set my target as 80. So your goal should be to achieve the marks 80 or more in the exam. So it is very there is no problem even if you don't achieve the 80 marks, or if you just achieve 40 marks, 30 marks, or 50 marks, it does not matter. But once you set your target, your mind starts functioning in a different way. So that's why the setting a target is very important, and set some realistic target. Don't say that I will achieve 100 marks. So that's why you need to self introspect, and based on your own ability, you need to set your own target, because you know uh, how is your ability in that subject, and based on your own preparation and ability, you can decide that at least I should get the 80 marks in the deep learning. And if I'm not getting 80 marks, then where I'm uh, getting problem. So in the next quiz or next end term, just improve on that. So, and that's the thing. And the 10th thing which I want to highlight is don't overthink. So what I've seen, like once you complete your exam, uh, many people discuss the answers among themselves, and I feel it is quite good thing to discuss the answer and discuss the question. But in many cases, I've seen people start taking stress about the answer which they marked. So it is a good thing to discuss, but don't overthink about that. You cannot change anything. So even if you mark the wrong answer, right answer, it does not matter. You have given your 100% in the exam, and if the things are not going in the right way, just improve in your next exam. But it does not matter to take extra stress during that time. So once you complete your exam, just be relaxed, and then at least for that exam day, uh, don't take a stress, and from the next day you can start your next preparation, or maybe from after 1 or 2 days, because it is very important to take rest after giving such a hectic exam. So another thing which I want to highlight is utilize your time completely. So what I mean is that in a quiz 1 or quiz 2, you have time from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. So stay in the exam hall till 6 p.m. or at least 5:30 p.m. In all the exam which I have given, I have stayed till 5:30 p.m. at least. So I will suggest you all to do that as well, because if you have time till if you have that sufficient time, why not utilize that completely? So because if you have more time, then you will not feel much pressure, and in the low pressure state, your mind will function more effectively, and you will able to solve the question more effectively. So that thing I always take care in my mind, and I just stay till the end. And I've seen a lot of people just leave when the submit button is enabled, and in many cases, at the end, if there's the exam hall is not that much big, so in at the end, very less people are there, and the thesis exam representative are just roaming around you, and then indirectly they are just saying why not to complete fast. So, but don't take care of them at all. They have their own job, but your job as a student is to give 100% to the exam, and don't worry about all that thing. You have a right to remain till the end, and if they are denying it, just complain about that. So I hope um I've covered a lot of things in this video, and I hope this will help somebody uh, in some way. So for then, goodbye, take care, and happy learning.
There's things I can't seem to let go, and I feel